What is good, you guys? Welcome back to the Hero Bro. Welcome back to a brand new video where we talk all things Heat basketball. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Miami Heat players and their involvement in the Olympics and how they're doing, what the future lies for them, all that stuff. It's kind of like an Olympic watch so far. We're going to be doing a series of this as the Olympics kick off in July, but the qualifiers are going on right now, and I do want to introduce the players that are on the Olympic rosters of the country. So the Miami Heat players we have, I think we have quite a few players on Olympic teams. So before we get into it though, because we will be discussing the players in depth, make sure y'all drop a like, subscribe, and comment down below. You know, we're very close to, I'm pretty sure we're very close to 900. And, you know, once we hit that 1K, I'm going to be super stoked for that. So hopefully we hit that as soon as possible. I do want to say that the next week I'm going to be in and out of town. So the videos might not be as frequent as they were, but expect the videos to, you know, come back every other day probably once I'm back from my trip. So hopefully you guys understand that and bear with me, man. The videos will still be there, but it won't be as frequent. They'll probably be like once a week, twice a week, type of thing. So hopefully you guys understand that. Let's get right into it though, man. We're gonna start off with the Middle Eastern area, on the border of Europe and the Middle East, with Turkey, because one of our Miami Heat players, Omer Yurtseven, actually finished his Olympic qualifying experience. Unfortunately, the Turkey national team did not make the Olympics. They played 3 games, one against Uruguay, one against the Czech Republic, and the semifinal against Greece, which they lost. So Yurtseven did pretty well in the first game against Uruguay. He had 9 points, fourth leading scorer on Turkey, on 4 for 4 shooting from the field. Did not attempt a 3, but, you know, shot 100% from the field. Did get an and one where he converted the free throw, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and yeah, I think he had a very good game against Uruguay. Against the Czech Republic, he had 5 points on 50% shooting from the field. Again, did not attempt a 3, but had 7 rebounds, and, you know, was a big part of them winning that game against the Czech Republic. And then finally against Greece, this was probably his worst game, where he only had 2 points in a loss to Greece. Now, this ends Yurtseven's Olympic experience as Turkey crashes out of the qualifiers. They have not qualified the Olympics. For the Olympics, they have been eliminated. But this also gives a lot of time for Omer Yurtseven to develop. So the thing with Omer Yurtseven is that if he did qualify for the national team, the Olympics, he would not be playing in Summer League. But since he is eliminated from the Olympics, he will be playing on the Heat Summer League team, which is amazing for his development. A lot of people in the Heat's front office are high on him. They think he can become a versatile big man, a skilled big man. Are the quoted words from Barry Jackson. And yeah, Yurtseven, I think, is a sleeper for becoming a part of the rotation next year. I think he could do that, and I think the Heat, they always turn, you know, these guys that no one knows about into rotational pieces, and I think Yurtseven could be that guy. When I was watching some of his highlights, I did not watch the full games of Turkey, unfortunately, but when I was watching some of the highlights, he did look like he was getting to his spots well. He was knocking his stroke down. He's very good from that mid-range area. He's a very good rebounder, physical down low. Defense, I do think, is his weakness, because he's a pretty slow player as far as foot speed is concerned, but he did show some signs of, you know, protecting the rim pretty well with his big body and boxing out. I do think he has nice potential. So that is Omer Yurtseven. Then we're going to go to the continent of Africa, where 3 of our Heat players, Gabe Vincent, Precious Achiuwa, and KZ Okpala, are playing for Team Nigeria in the Olympics. Now, Nigeria has not played a single game yet because, like the US, Nigeria has already qualified for the Olympics, so they're not playing any qualifiers. But I do expect Precious especially to get some rotational minutes in the Olympic Games, because I don't really think Nigeria has another center on their team that is in the NBA or anything like that. I think Precious is the only guy. I do not expect Gabe Vincent to get that much minutes, because they still have guys like Monte Morris on the team. I did not look at the full roster, but I know Monte Morris is there, maybe some other guards. I heard some rumors about Spencer Dinwiddie, but obviously he's recovering from that ACL injury. KZ Okpala might get some minutes. I think their best wing is probably Josh Okogie, OG Anunoby, people like that. So Nigeria is already qualified, like I said, for the Olympics, so it's going to be some good development time. Even if Precious is not playing Summer League basketball, he's still going to get some big minutes in the Olympics, I think, because I don't really think, like I said, Nigeria, I don't really think they have a center in the NBA, and I do think NBA players get the priorities over non-NBA players. So Precious probably will start at the 5 or the 4 for Nigeria. I don't think he started at the 5. He is not a 5. He's like a 4. So they might play him as a 4 in Nigeria, even though he played as a 5 last year in the NBA. But we'll see what happens. But I do think Precious will get some nice developmental minutes. Gabe Vincent and KZ, KZ, it's about time for him to start breaking out and becoming the player that we thought we could become when we drafted him. We did, like I said, trade away 3 second-round picks to trade up for KZ. So it's about time that he shows us something that is more than just flashes. We got to see something consistent. I think KZ can deliver that. Hopefully he gets some minutes in Nigeria. Gabe Vincent, like I said, Nigeria is very guard heavy, so I don't really expect him to get that many minutes. But if he does, he will definitely make the most of it because he's always ready. Especially in games with the Heat, he comes in and he's ready. So that is Nigeria and that is Turkey. Now we're going to be coming to the now we're going to be going back to Serbia. Nemanja Bjelica plays for Serbia. Serbia is already qualified for the Olympics. Very proud basketball nation, Serbia. They take pride in their basketball, and they're going to be one of the sleepers for the gold. Serbia has always been a team that's up there, especially recently. And Bjelica, I do think that Nemanja Bjelica, whether he comes back to the Heat or whether he stays somewhere else, I do think he's a serviceable piece in the NBA. A lot of teams could use a stretch for like Nemanja Bjelica, and I think he was very underused with our team, probably because it took a lot of time to gel. But I do think we should have played him a little bit more than we actually did. But that's just me. Like I'm not sure if he would have came in and made the impact right away. But in Game 3 against the Bucks especially, I thought he played really, really well. So they've actually played a couple of games in Serbia. Nemanja Bjelica is actually their leading rebounder right now in their season, averaging 8.3 rebounds per game. But yeah, Serbia, I do think will be a very big part to play. Will play a very big part in the Olympics, and I think Bjelica will be enjoying his experience in the Olympics. Next, we're going to be coming to the USA because I don't think any other player from the Heat is playing at the Olympics. I covered Yurtseven, I covered Bjelica, I covered the 3 guys who are playing for Nigeria. That's 5 people. Bam and Tyler have been selected for US. Bam on the actual Olympic team. Shout out to Bam. Let's talk about Bam. He cut the fro off. He's back to non-fro Bam, and I do think Bam is going to start eating next year, man. I have the faith in him. He was asked a question if he is going to be shooting threes, and he said yeah. And then they asked him soon, and he said yeah. So Bam can start shooting threes next year. That'll be a very, very big improvement to this offense. It'll open up so much more for everyone else if Bam can space the floor, because floor spacing is so important in today's game. Expect Bam to come out with the vengeance, man. I do think he'll start at the 5 for the US because I don't think we have any other bigs. Draymond is the only other guy, and he's not the same player he was. I think Bam will start at the 5. It'll be a travesty if it does not. It'll probably be Dame, either Booker or Beal, depending on. They might start Beal because Booker might need some rest coming back from the finals. So might probably be Dame, Bradley Beal, Tatum, KD, and Bam. I like that as a starting 5, and I think Bam will be a big part to play. I see no reason why the US cannot get gold. It's not the strongest team, but we have enough firepower. We have superstars that can get us the gold, and I think Bam will be a big piece of the US team. So especially because no one else is really challenging him for that spot. It's literally Draymond and Kevin Love, and they're both past their primes. So Bam is in prime position to be that starting center. He's prime position to battle, because in the Olympics you're gonna go against those big guys from Europe, and Bam's gonna have to hold his own. There a lot of teams in the European nations. They have big guys, big centers, legit 7-footers, and Bam will have to hold his own. I think that's probably the one weakness, is that we don't have that much size on this roster, but I think Bam will do a great job in containing the players from overseas. And then we have Tyler on the select team. along with some other younger players. This will be great for Tyler. I think Tyler will get some experience. I think he was very in and out of the rotation last year with injuries and, you know, personal issues and all that stuff. And I think, you know, Tyler, I think this will be similar to the bubble where he's locked in. You know, with the select team, they'll be going head to head against the actual Olympic team. They'll be coached by Spo as well. Spo will be the head coach of that, so it's great experience for Tyler, great experience for Spo, and great experience for Bam. So really excited for the U.S. team, really excited for the select team versus the actual Olympic team scrimmage. I want to see Tyler get some minutes. Spo will definitely play Tyler minutes. You know, he's his coach. Bam said he wants to destroy Spo's team. Let's see if that happens. I'm super excited for the Olympics, and I'm super excited for Team USA's journey through the Olympics. I will also be covering the other teams though, like Nigeria and Serbia, and obviously Turkey is eliminated. So the teams that have Heat players I will be covering throughout the Olympics. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you guys, you know, stick with me throughout this, you know, the Olympics, and hopefully you guys yeah, enjoy the content, because there's not really much to talk about right now. Free agency hasn't started yet. The finals are still about to start, and there's not really much Heat content that I can really talk about. So I felt that the Olympics were the best bet, because the Olympics are very soon. Some Heat players will be playing big part in the Olympics. So if you guys have any other video suggestions though, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll see y'all later as always, man. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, all that good stuff. Peace.